Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to feature these 3 really simple Christmas cards because I know that I'm not the only one who is always liking Christmas cards whenever I am approaching Christmas. I made a ton of Christmas cards, but I also have my parents who come by to get some Christmas cards for the family, and well, then I give them the first choice. Now every year they take more and more Christmas cards, and then I don't have enough for myself to send. Maybe next year I should prioritize and first take mine and then I can give them whatever is left. But lacking Christmas cards, so I wanted to feature in today's video how you can easily create Christmas cards in a sort of repetitive way, but I don't like to repeat myself completely. So therefore I'm switching up the images, the colors, etc. But the initial idea is exactly the same, and it's just when you have a simple idea, because sceneries and stuff you can remake them as well, but that is not quick. If you need quick cards, then go for clean and simple. That will help you, and you can make a ton all at once. Now I just did 3. I think that's already quite enough with the same idea or the same concept, but you'll see. So this was my first background. Now for today's cards I decided to use one great stencil. This one is the Circle Extraordinaire stencil for my favorite things. You can use any stencil that you might have. Maybe you have a square, a star, a rectangle, or anything like that. You can also vary in the stencils that you're using. You can mask your background if you want to. Just using a stencil already helps you because you just need to clean in between. Or if you want to use the same color combination, then you don't need to clean in between, and just go with that. Next up, deciding upon colors that you want on your background. What I suggest is to check out previous cards that you made and where you really liked your background, or get inspired by other people, ask around which combinations they like, ask which combination they used on a previous card if you like the card, etc. So there are many ways to decide upon your background. You can fall back towards the things that already worked in the past. That's always a great choice if you are lacking in time. Now for today's card I wanted, however, to give you another blue combination because I already did quite a lot of Christmas cards with blue in the background. Now I didn't like my combination here, so I took the faded jeans to help me. So Mermaid Lagoon I used in the beginning, but personally it's not my taste. It's one of those distress inks that I barely use, and I thought to give it a go today, but it just didn't work with Evergreen Bough. So faded jeans, and then I'm working my way to get that gradient throughout my small background. The advantage of stencils, in my opinion, is that you create one area on your card panel where everything will be taking place, and it really helps with simple cards. That's the beauty about stencils, and this year I must admit I bought so many stencils. Even these basics I didn't have before, but this year I really started to like stencils and seeing the advantages of them, and this is definitely one of them. Also on this combination, as you can see, I'm adding a bit of black soot, which personally I find it great. If you're doing a gradient with darker colors, it really helps to emphasize that darkness on the top, and then just work your way through the other inks to get that gradient that you need. So that's how this blue came together. So it's not a one go for all, but I definitely think that if you prefer another combination and it's a bit darker, then you can just go over whatever didn't work out for you. And then it's all about cleaning the stencil in between the blending. Again, except when you want to have the same color combination in the background, then just keep going. Now for this one, purple. Purple really is a strong and gorgeous color to get in the background. Also for your images, it's a color that I have tried using more this year because I know that it's powerful and it's gorgeous. But it's also a color that, while was a bit terrifying for me in the beginning, I'm not really a purple kind of person, but truly on cards it's incredible. I always am amazed by the cards that I made with purples. And so I tried to make more. I hope that you saw that, and I hope that you enjoyed that. But purple is also a really gorgeous background color if you want to sort of represent a night sky kind of vibe without using blues. I really think it's gorgeous. Now I had my first layer, I went a bit further with the darker color. In the end I also added black soot, again to emphasize the darkness of the purples. And then I worked my way back to get that gradient that I wanted. So that's something that I really like doing. I prefer using distress inks because I like the vibrancy of these inks compared to distress oxide inks. There are a lot of brands out there with also inks, and they have also really vibrant inks. So there are many inks that you can use, and just use whatever you prefer. But these backgrounds are so simple to create, and you have a ton all at once. I decided to stop after 3, but I had many more panels ready. You know that I don't like repetition, so that's why I decided to not continue with other backgrounds, just because 3 was already quite enough. Now for the images for today, I have the Frosty Friends stamp set and the Frosty Littles I'm also going to use. These are sets from Hello Bluebird, gorgeous snowman. The other set also allows you to have some gorgeous images that can stand on its own. If you have a stenciled background like I did, it's just a tiny area, you don't need a lot of critters or images, and that's something that is really powerful, I think. You can definitely add more than one, but I will just show you how easy it is to create, again, clean and simple cards, efficient, that are not taking a lot of time, just in case you're like me and it's a bit, well, there is a bit of a rush to get it all finished. Now the first snowman that I created was, well, I didn't like it at all. It was too blue, as you can see, so I skipped the coloring of that because I didn't like it. And I'm just showing you these 5 others that I really like. They are soft, they are cute, just perfect. And again, this is one stamp set that I am coloring in. It's really quick coloring. Snowman as well, they don't ask for a lot of coloring, just a bit of shading if you want to, but you don't need to, because white is white and that can work as well. And then I'm just repeating the reds, the yellows, the, I think, greens that I'm also using, the blues. Really simple. And if you want to make more cards, then it's just all about getting those backgrounds ready. And here I already have 5 snowmen colored in, so that's the easy part about this. Simple ideas can each time differ just by changing up the image, changing up the colors, and you have several cards ready to go. So I hope that this video in some kind of way helps you if you're rushing like me now, and just gets you inspired. You can also use other images, of course. There are so many ways to recreate this clean and simple idea and just make it your own. So I have listed on my blog post the blues, the reds, etc. that I'm using for these images. So just if you want to revisit those combinations, check out the blog post. I'm trying to list it for each of the cards every time over there, just to find it quickly if you need to. So I hope that helps. And then of course these images. I mean, I don't know what it is about snowmen and specifically these. But I just love them. Also, I already want to warn you, I have created a few cards, a few Christmas cards, and they will still come. It will be a bit of a rush to share all of those videos with you, so it might be that I still end up sharing Christmas cards in January. I also am one of those people that, well, since I'm liking cards, I don't send enough, and then whenever I get cards and I still have the time to create some Christmas or New Year's cards, I still do that. So I think in January you will not be, well, I will not be done with sharing wintry, Christmassy, New Year's Eve kind of cards. So I hope you don't mind. but it's just how I roll, so that will be happening as well. But I'm trying my best to get my videos done as quick as possible, to share it all with you, because there are some really gorgeous things that I made and I'm really happy with them. I got my Hello Bluebird order from their last holiday release, and so I started with it and I couldn't stop creating cards. I took a day extra off of my work to just continue with the cards. So I'm just trying to find the time to make all the videos and to make all the blog posts, and whenever that's done, I'll share it as quick as possible with you. But I cannot wait to do that, because I know that you will like it, and I hope that I can inspire you in any way. Another thing that I wanted to emphasize, while this video is really long, so I have a lot of time to talk about stupid stuff, or stuff that matters to me and maybe not to you, but I kind of was fed up yesterday with something. I saw a card that looked familiar, and a video. I saw a card and a video that looked really familiar with one of my previous cards, and normally I'm flattered when I see it, because you guys are amazing, and I'm sharing because I hope to inspire. And if you want to recreate a card that is perfectly fine, but just make a reference. I told it in one of the previous videos that some crafters have that really often, that there is copying without referral or anything like that. I haven't had that a lot. Normally you guys, you tag me, I love it, I see it, I'm super excited to see all of that, so thank you for that. Yesterday I saw a card and a video that looked familiar, as I said, and I went looking in my cards on Instagram and stuff, and I found a card that was shared 2 years ago, also a video of that. And I was a bit annoyed by it. Well, it's that it was a clean and simple, and it's really, I think you can repeat it really quickly without maybe knowing it. So I was like, okay, open-minded, nothing's wrong, she might not have seen it or anything like that. But then I checked, I laid the two pictures next to each other, and I actually noticed something that annoyed me more than just the copying, being that the stamps she used weren't from the brand that she mentioned she used it. The stamps weren't completely the same, which means that, and I don't think that I'm wrong here, which means that they were bought like on AliExpress or anything like that. They are fakes, which is, I know that this is a really expensive hobby, and that for some people that's the only way to be able to craft like this, and I really want you all to enjoy this hobby because it's therapeutic for many of us. Just know that if you're using those stamps, that is only encouraging those counterfeit stamps, and the brands that are doing everything to get you real good stamps and those gorgeous illustrations and images, they don't get any of it. They don't get any profit of that. And know that it's really important for those stamps to keep selling. That's why they are releases every month. But it's really important for them to sell their stuff, their real stuff, and to get something in return. That's also how they can keep providing all those gorgeous things for us. And so the copying actually from the card, it was annoying, but it wasn't the thing that made me a bit angry. It was just saying that you're using a specific brand while you are not using that brand. And that's really, really bad for the brand itself. And if you're making videos or anything like that, just use the real stuff, because you're promoting things even when you're not paid. Like this video, it's not paid or anything, it's what I buy myself. And yes, it seems expensive, but this way, for example, Hello Bluebird can keep providing these gorgeous stamps to us, and that's all that matters. And budget and all those things, it's really important to also keep in mind, because you don't need to do crazy stuff just for this hobby, I think. But really, if you're bringing it out there, just use the real thing. If not, just enjoy it, but don't pretend like you have supported the business. You're actually doing completely the opposite by not buying from them or from a retailer that is really selling the real thing. You know, so that made me a bit angry. There are too many things out there like that, and it's really damaging for the businesses themselves. So I love to see what you create. If you're inspired, just tag me. I would just love to see it, and otherwise it might just, with all the algorithms that are out there, I might not see it, and that would be a shame. But also please keep in mind that there are businesses that we need to support, and all those fake things, they are not the kind of support that we should be giving, you know. So just wanted to get it out. So I'm really sorry if that was not what you wanted to hear, or if it annoys you that I just mentioned that, but it was something that annoyed me and that frustrated me yesterday, and since I'm here and you are here, I just wanted to mention that. I know that I think maybe 90% of you guys are exactly thinking the same as me, and if there is maybe 1% that now has changed their mind because I said this, then it's already worth mentioning, I think. Okay, so while I was blabbing away about this just tiny annoying thing, I die cut everything using matching dies. I stamped out, well, white heat embossed some of those gorgeous snowflakes from the stamp sets. And then I also had all of these sentiments. I love speech bubbles. I love the fact that there are matching dies for them. It's really handy, really simple. And it just already gives you the idea of the Christmassy vibe without having Merry Christmas on top of your card. So these are really quick sentiments that are really fun to add to these tiny images, and it just helps you create those little scenes that you need. If you want to, you can always add a second snowman, or you can add something in the sky or anything more. I also added white snowflakes with my white jelly roll pen. It took me a while, but I'm happy that I added them. And then I'm just going to embellish the final things. So the star is getting some glossy accents. I'm adding some stickles, anything like that. If you like some embellishments, you can add embellishments if you want to on the background. Anything you prefer. But as you can see, these three cards are similar, but they are completely different at the same time. You know, and that's what I like. That's what I think is a quick way to create many Christmas cards, or any type of card that you need. Just find a layout that works and just have fun with those tiny elements and assemble it all. So these are my three cards. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that I might have helped you with a new idea to create many cards all at once. I really enjoyed making them, so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Have an incredible day. Bye!